There will be a lot of chapters references in this video, but more important one will be chapter 990, and this goes over the summary of the 19 ancients, where the cults collect the wisdom of the subject. Although there is little to actually know, they do interrogate each other about the monsters and the connections to their great ones, or the ancients, or the gods. This is one of their better interpretations, which they get from dreams, as in Chrysalis, the mana levels simply won't allow the gods to come up. Pandera has experienced detailed dreams, specifically from higher ranking cultists, of their specific ancient and their domains, the ancient domains. This is an excerpt from a tome, but we're not given a name of who exactly. We are given Yerem. There's 19 of them. So the Decaying World, Internal Worm, Dark Spear, Fairchild Earth, Hellflame, Mountain Breaker. We're basically given all of them. The Hunger, Demon God, Who Feasts on Sanity, Dread Dog, Sightless Freak, Yosh the Everdying, Grasping Tree, Butcher Blood, Stormbringer, Shaper of Earth, Who Froze the Sky, and Father of Monsters, with obviously Anthony being the last to come up. Only recently have we gotten more details about what, who, and why these gods are the way that they are, in a way that would make sense for people who can't actually get too close to them. Some you just can't get too close. Sometimes it's elemental, sometimes it's overall feeling, sometimes it's an overwhelming feeling of different emotions. But I don't think these are these things aren't too out of the ordinary for these kinds of stories, with not all that much information actually given. So they would be seen as very powerful beings. A few of them are actually able to destroy and reshape mountain ranges, or freeze entire lakes, or color entire oceans. But there isn't much that we can actually give. Even in this circumstance that we do actually get a lot more information from, we're not actually given a lot of information by everything, as Yerem, Therism, and Morgor are simply absent, with them not taken into account, and the discussions about which one is stronger is also an interesting conversation, with, give or take, the perspective of Anthony as well, becoming the 20th, thanks to Odin. He could be a prosperous, kind of like this one right here. Be more seen as something as a benefit rather than a negative to humanity. Even if the Legion and the Church doesn't actually agree. Although we don't know all of their personalities, we do know that they are somewhat wary or friendly with each other, as when Theorism awoken, he talked to the Butcher, and he told him that he still needed some time to actually get up. So I thought it was an interesting take, as they all are surrounded by their own worshippers and their own beings that took similar routes as them. This is one of the ones I was talking about. They reshape mountains. It's hard to say whether or not it actually takes them effort, or the effort is simply just the being itself wanting to make the mountain look the certain way that it wants, or these beings are specifically wanting these places to look the way that the ancients want, through might alone, rather than some artistic view. I also have a suspicion that the 4 reincarnators are actually going to become part of the ancients, regardless if Anthony succeeds, making it 23 ancients. So with Sarah being an unstoppable rage, with Odin being an unstoppable hunger for game-ending people, or the 4 overtaking and not necessarily increasing the numbers of ancients entirely. But we're not there yet. We do see how the cultists react to their gods being mentioned, and what stance they take with Anthony. Simple phrases and simple words seem to sway entire, possibly even thousands of numbers for and against the colony. Unaware of how long this is actually going to take for him to come down, but I believe that the barrier for the planet Pangra is likely not going to be broken through by just Anthony. So I'm pushing for also Sarah, Odin, and the Tree Mother, as they also would, at the very least, be involved significantly, more than anything else, in this whole circumstance, which means we would have 23 gods. And possibly the barrier is actually Gandalf. But that's all I got. This video was mainly made because I wanted more of an archive for Chrysalis, as I haven't seen anything else that puts the gods in one little snippet such as this. Thanks for watching.